So I was injured. When I come home, I was putting myself back together.
Right.
And as reconnaissance, you know, trying to piece together everything I seen and get my life right, I ran into your video on YouTube one night, and when I seen it, it literally was like somebody punched me in the gut. And I watched it 3 times that night because of what you were saying about Bashar al-Assad. Now, as reconnaissance in Iraq, I know what he was sending over into Iraq. And one minute we would be, you know, over on the Syrian border fighting and putting up obstacles trying to slow that down. And then we would be called out to go to Samara, you know, Bakuba, places like that. No sooner we would get there and get engaged in that, Fallujah, and then back to Syria.
Right.
Nothing happens in the Middle East without Bashar al-Assad. And you kept saying it, and I'm like, is this guy prior service? What? You know, I was struggling to get my head. And then you start coming up with these scriptures. Now, you know, I was raised in a Christian family. I was a little rebel boy who just lived for the world, you know.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I didn't understand the Old Testament. I just, oh yeah, if you pray once, you're good to go. And then in the Army, if you die for your man, you know, your fellow man, you automatically go to heaven. You're kind of brainwashed. But seeing this stuff, and I'm like, what in the world? So then I was just gleaning. And then all of a sudden, I couldn't find no more videos. I finally was able to walk and talk without a stutter again, 2008, 2009. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to school. I want to be a neurologist. I want to help people who had the damage done to them that I had. In 2010, 2 things happened that really just sealed those videos. One was Bashar al-Assad. I was up late writing a paper, and Bashar al-Assad says, well, I can trace my lineage all the way back to Abraham. And I'm thinking, is he talking about Ishmael? Well, as I get looking through the scriptures that night, I find in Genesis where it says, that Panram and that Abraham first came from there and this and this and this. And I realized, oh my God, Jesus is part Syrian. Is this the false brother that is claiming to be of Jesus' lineage? He's the false Christ. And so that just threw me all off. And it was literally a couple weeks after that, Lebanon, Iran, and Syria, orchestrated by Bashar al-Assad, wrote a peace agreement that they would all become one nation, and they would share all their assets, all their money, their military, and everything. And this was in 2010, and I remember sitting in sociology class looking at my phone because it dinged, and I'm like, so I stopped class, and me and the sociology teacher, he thought I was nuts for believing this, he's like, it'll never happen. And I said, I'm telling you right now, I watched this video, I looked at the scriptures that he posted. Bashar al-Assad's not going to die by human hands. It's not going to happen. And this is why. Well, I started immediately teaching my son because he was at that age to where I was when I said, I'm going into the military. And I said, whoa, wait a minute, the military's changed. And I said, we're focused into the Middle East. I don't want you doing this. And he said, Dad, I'm going. So every bit of training I ever had, I started pumping in him. But I also started, teaching him in the ways. I started teaching him about Bashar al-Assad. Now, I didn't think none of the kids were listening to me until Damascus fell. And that night, I was on my way to an ROTC thing. Family was separated. And the oldest son calls while I'm on my phone and goes, Damascus just fell. I said, what? He said, Damascus just fell. And I said, what are you talking about? He goes, turn on your XM radio. So I do, and they're talking, real time, what's going on in Damascus. And I'm looking at my son, who I'm taking him to an ROTC meet, and I said, holy cow. Okay, well look, this is just the beginning of troubles. This is our sign. This is what we've been waiting for. I said, so don't panic now, but we do have a backup plan. We'll all meet in Tennessee because one of us is going to be in Virginia, another part of the family in South Carolina. I said, but at least you're seeing the signs. Now from here, we're going to have to be diligent in the scriptures. And so since then, they've all seen all your videos posted. You know, I've went back to my family members who said, yeah, that'll never happen, and they're starting to wake up. A few of them, not many, but the
Here a
ones,
little,
you know,
there a
they
little.
are. I've got a lot of friends from here to Indiana to, you know, Pennsylvania that are looking at it. And then what really astonished me is this year in particular, flipping through TV, I'm watching Jim Baker talk about the Assyrian rising. I'm watching all of these guys who not even 6 months ago would even, you know, and I was like, if this isn't God, and you know, if you remember, I said, why did you quit? I need you to start making these videos again, because I've got family members who have to hear this. So that was, you know, I guess it's personal for me, why I wanted you, you know, to get back into this. I kind of needed that, because I believe God was working through you to get this message out. Not many people, you can't find many people who's talking about it.